Bundy pinned his man one time with a 3 count, dropped an elbow on him, and pinned him again for a 5 count.
He told the referee keep counting.
Oh, what is up, Straight Talk Society? This is your host, Trevor, and I am back with another episode of 5 Count, my 5 takeaways from the Raw After Mania edition of Monday Night Raw. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it. I thought it was a pretty good Monday Night Raw. We'll get into it, though. My number 5 takeaway from tonight's episode of Raw was, oh my goodness, we're having an NXT Takeover. So right off the bat, under previous regimes of the man whose name we shall not call, he would always bring up NXT stars before a pay-per-view or something like that. But you could tell he never really cared about NXT. So what would he do? He'd always beat him. It reminds me of the time where he had Karrion Kross come up just to lose to lowly Jeff Hardy. I mean, just ridiculous. I can remember Sami Zayn coming up to lose to John Cena before a title match. But, you know, that's John Cena. So I give him a little mulligan there. And that was a great match. But it's just that he never, ever cared about NXT. It seemed like he wanted to kill what was under his banner, but nevertheless, we are in a new era. So NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez did take on Indy Hartwell last night. Roxanne Perez is fantastic. Oh man, if you guys haven't watched NXT Stand and Deliver from last night, yesterday, that match with Lyra Valkyria was so great, man. Roxanne with the heel work on the arm, just fantastic. Oh, but that wasn't it. To open the show, we had Mr. H-Bomb himself, the NXT Men's Champion, Ilya Dragunov, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, when you think of Shinsuke Nakamura, you're like, oh, he's just going through the motions. But he came to work tonight. He fought a guy that loves to lay his shit in, and that's exactly what Ilya Dragunov did. Ilya Dragunov did get the victory. I mean, Nakamura is on his way down, and Dragunov is on his way up. What I am excited for is that they did announce the draft coming up, and Ilya Dragunov could be drafted. And my goodness, if he's on the same card as Gunther, look out. Side note, Ilya Dragunov is the last person to pin Gunther before him losing at WrestleMania. So that's a good piece of history to remember. My number 4 takeaway from the Raw After Mania edition is, oh boy, next week we're getting Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable in Montreal. And I hope this main events the show. I don't see why it shouldn't main event the show. And here's what I love. Sami Zayn beat Gunther for the title at Mania. No rematch. I loved it. No rematch. Move on to somebody else. Gunther needs to do something else. I don't know if he's going to take some time off or whatever, but Gunther needs to move on. He doesn't need to do the rematch city, blah, 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 blah. So I loved it. Fresh matchups, but we are getting this match next week. Oh my goodness, this is going to be great. And I did hear the rumors, but again, that's why you can't listen to all the people on the internet, because they said that Sheamus was going to show up to answer Adam Copeland's Cope Open, but they just aired a vignette that Sheamus will be returning very soon. So that's why you can't always believe what you see on the internet. My number 3 takeaway from tonight's Monday Night Raw was, oh my goodness, main event Jey Uso. We just saw the ending to a fantastic fatal 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender for Damian Priest's new World Heavyweight Championship. Again, no rematch. So you had main event Jey Uso, Big Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and Drew McIntyre in a fatal 4-way match to determine who's going to be the next contender for Damian Priest's title. What I loved about this is they just didn't throw 4 random guys. Main event Jey Uso won his match at WrestleMania, regardless how disappointing it was. Ricochet has been on a hot streak. I think Ricochet's been on like a 5 or 6 match winning streak. Big Bronson Reed just won the Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and Drew McIntyre was the one that was cashed in. But instead of giving him immediate rematch, they made him earn it. The match did end with Drew McIntyre getting ready to deliver the Claymore, but who would show up? Old CM Punk showed up, grabbed Drew's leg, allowing Jey Uso to hit him with a super kick, allowing him to hit him with a splash, a Uso splash for the 1, 2, 3. They further that storyline, and guess what? CM Punk was using both arms to grab the leg. There was no cast on CM Punk's arm. CM Punk is going to be back a whole hell of a lot faster than everybody thought. So we're really going to look forward to that feud, because that is coming in hot and heavy. My number 2 moment from tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, the leader of the new era. The show opens up with what do they call him? The CCO, the Chief Content Officer, Triple H, coming out, extolling the good virtues of WrestleMania weekend, all the money they made, all the attendance, blah, 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 blah. And then he announces the leader of the new era, Cody Rhodes, comes out with the WWE title. If you did hear Cody Rhodes, I think it was this morning on Pat McAfee, he is leaning towards getting that winged eagle title to come back. And if he does, I mean, just think about, I'll be the first one to pre-order it, the new WWE winged eagle title. But Cody Rhodes comes out. They had a tremendous video package for him, just highlighting his career and everything. Cody's gonna cry. Cody does what he's gonna do, and it was just a good thing, man. They gave Roman Reigns his dues, which they should have. If you check earlier, I released a video, top 5 takeaways from Roman's reign. I guess I'm saying my top 5 takeaways. It's my 5 takeaways from Roman's reign, his 1,300-day title reign. So be sure to check the channel for that. But I just thought this was great, man. It went on a little bit too long because the first hour was commercial free. I felt like they took up the whole entire hour for this. But Cody, very, very passionate, soaking it up from the fans. Plenty of you deserve it chants. Thank you, Roman chants. Just great, man. You love to see it. Biggest babyface in the industry. And my number 1 takeaway from tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw, even there was a ton of stuff that happened tonight. I do gotta bring up Liv Morgan taking Rhea Ripley's head off with that chair. I mean, she threw the chair and it clipped Rhea Ripley in the back of the head. God, I hope that she's okay. It was a metal chair. Then she beat Rhea Ripley down. You had John Cena returning, Miz and R-Truth against the Judgment Day. R-Truth said that it's going to be a 6-man, and he has a partner that you can't see. Eventually, John Cena came to the ring. So that is my honorable mention. But the number 1 takeaway from tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw is the final boss coming out to interrupt Cody and saying that The Rock is coming for you. The Rock said that he has to go away for a while, but when he comes back, whether or not Cody is a champion or not, he is coming for him. He told Cody that he broke his heart. He put something in his hand. Who knows what it was? But he looked at Cody and he said that I am coming for you. In an awkward moment, The Rock asked Cody to hold his title. It was really weird because he asked him, he said, hey, can I hold your title? And Cody said, only if you let me hold yours. And they kind of switched titles. Rock put the belt on, kind of foreshadowing some things maybe. Who knows? Who knows? The Rock will probably be back in summer. Like I said, SummerSlam, he may be back in time for SummerSlam, and that may be the SummerSlam match. Who knows? But nevertheless, man, very, very hot opening. I love the way that they're going. Time will tell. There wasn't any Roman sightings. Only mention of him was just to thank him. There was no new bloodline members. We know Jacob Fatu is signed, but there was no sign of him. But again, 1 chapter to a story ended. Now it's time to start reading the next chapter. And that is my 5 takeaways from tonight's episode of Raw. Hey, until next time, peace!